What's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing, and we back at it live and direct with another boxing video. Team Lomachenko, Team Teofimo Lopez. What's the holdup? It's already March what 7th or something today, or the 6th, March 6th. The Bob Arum's shooting for May 30th. That's the projected date for this fight. Teofimo Lopez versus Vasyl Lomachenko, unification, WBA, WBO, and IBF titles on the line. Should have been WBC as well. But we know that the man Lomachenko has himself a franchise belt for whatever that's worth. I equate that belt to anything else just like a WBA regular belt, WBC diamond belt. It's a whack belt that don't mean nothing at the end of the day. But Team Teofimo Lopez, man, they ready for the fight. They ready to go to training camp. They ready to get it popping. But there's only one person holding up their end of the bargain, and that's Lomachenko. Team Lomachenko apparently haven't signed their end of the contract. You know what I mean? And the man Lomachenko looks like he's having cold feet about having to fight in his American playground, his backyard, Madison Square Garden, the theater. You know what I'm saying? Maybe now it's time to step up into Madison Square Garden, the big house where the New York Knicks play. But apparently, Team Lomachenko want to fight in Las Vegas or anywhere besides New York City, Madison Square Garden. That don't make sense. Lomachenko's not a household name. He's not American. He don't speak English. Great fighter, one of the best pound for pound fighters we do have currently in boxing. Lomachenko got the skills to pay the bills. But unfortunately for him, he's never done a pay-per-view in his life. Now he's getting a pay-per-view opportunity, fighting Teofimo Lopez. Without Teofimo Lopez, the man Vasyl Lomachenko is not doing pay-per-view nothing. He needs a man, Teofimo Lopez, hometown based in New York. I think he's from Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken. He's American. He speaks English. He will bring a fan base over there to New York City, Madison Square Garden. And so will the Ukrainians. They're going to show up. I've been to a Triple G fight in Madison Square Garden. And the Kazakh nation, they showed up. You know what I mean? They put on for their champion. You know what I mean? And I know they're going to show up. The Ukrainians are going to come as well to Madison Square Garden. You know what I mean? But the man Lomachenko needs Teofimo Lopez more than Lopez needs Lomachenko. The kid Teofimo Lopez has power. He's a big kid at 135. He's almost ready to move up out that division. He's been there his whole career as a pro. Okay? He feels like he's outgrowing the weight. You know what I mean? It's hard for him to make 135. Talented fighter with knockout power, you know what I mean? Lomachenko, on the other hand, is aging. Both guys are promoted by Bob Arum. Bob Arum has no dog in this race. It's a win-win situation for his pockets. Either way, if Lomachenko wins or Teofimo Lopez wins. But for long term, for long term, it favors the man Bob Arum to have Teofimo Lopez win this fight. He's younger. He's 22 years old. He's not 30 plus years old like Lomachenko is. You know, he still has a longer shelf life than the man Lomachenko. He has more charisma, more pizzazz as far as his theatrics in the ring. You know, he can speak English. He can speak with the best of them, talk trash as or promote himself. You know what I mean? Whomever wins this fight is going to be a star. Lomachenko's been on the radar from 2013. He's been around, you know what I mean? I watched his pro debut. I was watching him in the Olympics. Been following the guy for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Well over a decade. Teofimo Lopez is that hot young dude who's on the come up. Even if he doesn't get this unification with Lomachenko, let's say Lomachenko gets cold feet and isn't interested in fighting the man in Madison Square Garden, which would be ridiculous because the man has fought there numerous times, Lomachenko. But all of a sudden now, because this guy Teofimo Lopez is from New York, now he's reluctant to take the fight. He was reluctant the whole time, even before Teofimo Lopez got a belt. He acted like he didn't know who this guy was, you know what I mean? But now you know, and now the world is waiting for May 30th. The Bobfather has no intentions of taking this fight anywhere else. He's in this to make money, not to make fighter A comfortable and fighter B have to go out of his comfort zone. No. Financially, it makes sense to have this fight in New York City. You know what I mean? What the deal, man? Boxing biker, what's happening, big man? How you feeling, man? Thanks for coming through. You heard? A New York native right there. Big up the main boxing biker. We talk about Teofimo Lopez. I think he's out of Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken. Might be the Bronx. I know it's one of the B cities, the B boroughs. But at the end of the day, this fight is perfect for New York City. But Lomachenko's holding us back. You know what I mean? Main boxing biker. He says, "Yo, what's poppin', my bro? Flatbush, Brooklyn, son. What? Teofimo Lopez from Flatbush? Is he? Let me do a quick Google search on this guy. Yeah, I know you from Flatbush, my G. I was talking about Teofimo Lopez. Because I know he's from New York. Um, I'll tell y'all in a sec. Brooklyn, New York. Yes, indeed. He is from BK. I don't know which part of Brooklyn, which neighborhood. But it's about that time, Lomachenko, man. Do boxing a favor. If he wanted to fight the man, a fight in Las Vegas, why the hell he didn't fight Devon Haney, who is based out of Las Vegas? Then maybe Lomachenko said, no, I don't want that fight in Las Vegas. Devin Haney's from Las Vegas. Let's have it in New York. I don't think the man Lomachenko is in any position right now in his career to be calling shots like he's an ace out where to have the fight. You know, he's not a household name. He doesn't sell out anywhere besides maybe New York City, and that's not even in the big house where the Knicks play. He sells out maybe in the what you call it, in the theater, the Hulu theater joint. You know what I mean? You know, so I don't think he's in any position. If anything, Teofimo Lopez. I'm not saying Teofimo Lopez needs to call the shots neither, but this is Lomachenko's first pay-per-view, and in order for him to become that star he wants to be, because people recognize and people know Teofimo Lopez is. Um, he fought over here at the MGM National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland. I forgot who he fought over there. I didn't go to the fight. You know, I wasn't too much interested in the guy he was fighting. I can't remember whom it was neither. But I knew some people, you know, mostly Hispanics that were going to the I'm sorry, to the MGM National Harbor that night to watch Teofimo Lopez, you know what I mean? And what you call it, you know, and these people who went to watch him, they're not even necessarily like big boxing fans. If a world title fight came to town, let's say Gary Russell or Jared Hurd, they didn't go to those fights, but they went to see Teofimo Lopez. You know, he does have a little fan following, fan base because of what he does on the Heisman Trophy nights. You know, college football is massive. It's a big sport here in the United States, and every time he fights on the night the college football player of the year gets the Heisman Trophy, the man Teofimo Lopez wears they jersey that night to the ring. I think the thumbnail on this joint is the kid from LSU. I don't know. I don't watch college football, but he wore his jersey. I think the year before when he beat up Diego Magdaleno in spectacular fashion. I think he had a Nebraska. Was it Nebraska or Oklahoma State? Some kid from Oklahoma State won the Heisman Trophy, and he wore their jersey. You know what I mean? You check it. Main Boxing Biker says, I think he from Bushwick. True indeed. That's where the Hispanics be at in BK, right? In Bushwick. What the deal? Brooklyn Child Boxing, another BK guy in the house. What's up with you, man? He says, what's good to Main Boxing Biker as well. He says, wait, hold up. They trying to make Loma and Teofimo pay-per-view. Absolutely, man. That ain't gonna be on it ain't gonna be on ESPN and it ain't gonna be on ESPN Plus. They gonna make that one. Fellas gonna have to cough up $70. You know what I mean? At least. You know what I mean? This is now Bob Arum trying to go into his bag and try to get as much money as he can. Because, like I said, he has no dog in this race. He promotes both guys. But for long-term revenue, Teofimo Lopez is where I'm sure he would probably be wanting to lean to because, like I said, Teofimo Lopez is American. He speaks English. He has, he knows how to sell a fight. He has charisma and pizzazz, and he can fight. And he's a knockout artist. And he's from New York. You know what I mean? New York don't got a big Hispanic fighter right about now, like how they would have Cotto. You know what I mean? When Cotto used to fight up there in Madison Square Garden, or like the first weekend of June, Puerto Rican Day Parade. You know what I mean? Or Tito Trinidad before him. You know. Last time I remember a Mexican, not a Mexican Day Parade, Puerto Rican Day Parade fight was when Bob Arum put Lomachenko in there versus Roman Rocky Martinez. Roman Rocky Martinez, who is Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? And he got his ass whooped in front of the Puerto Rican contingent out there in New York at Madison Square Garden. And Lomachenko got that title. I think he knocked him out in 3 rounds with a beautiful combination. I think a left hook, right uppercut, or right hook, left uppercut. It was a hook uppercut combination. Had the man Roman Rocky Martinez on Queer Street. Matter of fact, he had him laid out. You know what I mean? So that was, of course, Bob Arum had his money on Lomachenko winning that fight. You know what I mean? Not Roman Rocky Martinez. He wasn't promoting Roman Rocky Martinez. They just brought him there because he had a title and he's Puerto Rican. But now Bob Arum is in position to have Teofimo Lopez, who's not Puerto Rican, absolutely not. I think he's Honduran, from Honduras, or his parents from Honduras, But at the end of the day, there ain't no Puerto Ricans right about now making noise from New York City, or even in boxing to the point where they can sell out Madison Square Garden on Puerto Rican Day Parade type days. Teofimo Lopez can be that guy if he knocks out and beats up Lomachenko on May 30th. I think Team Lomachenko, Egas Klimas, and the crew, they know this. That's why they want to fight anywhere besides Madison Square Garden. And I'm sure Bob Arum is not with that because financially that don't make sense. You know what I mean? It don't make sense for him. Lomachenko been fighting in Madison Square Garden. The kid Teofimo from New York, man. Make that shit happen. Lomachenko signed a contract. You know what I'm saying? Signed a contract. I'm really interested and invested into that fight. You know what I'm saying? I like all weight classes, but I ain't gonna lie. I do like weight classes like the guys who can let their hands go. I like welterweights, lightweights, featherweights. I like light heavyweights too and middleweights. I like every weight class. You know what I'm saying? But right about now, Lomachenko's not
Yes. I might
holding his
again.
end of
I'll
the
explain
bargain.
to you
Sorry about that.
later.
Watching my Boston Celtics, man. We struggling right now against the Jazz. But yeah, man. You saying in the chat. Okay. Main boxing biker says I lived in Bushwick for a minute. Okay. That's one place I never been in Brooklyn. I've been to Bed-Stuy, I've been to Brownsville. I ain't been to Canarsie. I've been to Flatbush. I've been to Crown Heights. You know what I mean? I never been to Coney Island. I've been to Fort Greene, downtown Brooklyn, but I never been to Bushwick neither though. Brooklyn's it's a borough, but it's like a city, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit I'm sure is like the size of DC. Might be just a little smaller, but it's one borough, man. Borough got a whole basketball team now. Y'all got the Brooklyn Nets out there. All right, where we at in the chat? Main boxing biker says Tio gonna KO Loma. Man, if he do that, man, that'll be, woo, man, that'd be big for boxing. You know what I mean? That'll be a night we'll never forget. The night Teofimo Lopez with 14 fights of 15 knocked out Lomachenko. That'd be crazy because right about now, I ain't gonna lie, I'm favoring Lomachenko to win the fight. But anything can happen. It's boxing. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a great fight, man. We need this unification. It should have been for undisputed. But Lomachenko and these guys, they don't care about us, the fans. They don't care about what's right in boxing. For one, he should not have been allowed to fight for the WBC belt versus Luke Campbell. He's already a champion. He had two belts. Okay, the man wasn't even in the top 10, top 15 rankings of the WBC. Then all of a sudden, they said, "Oh, Luke Campbell is fighting." Um, and it was supposed to be Luke Campbell versus Devon Haney. Now all of a sudden, they took Devon Haney out to play and put the man Lomachenko in there. He gets a belt, then he vacates it. You see, these guys don't care about us, the fans. I don't even think they care about uh, um, legacy, really and truly. Why would you do that? You have three belts. Teofimo Lopez has one. Why would you go into a fight? Oh, I know exactly why. I'm even going to answer my own question. You see, a guy like Lomachenko won that vacant title, right? For versus Luke Campbell, right? When you win a vacant title with the WBC, you ain't fighting nobody up until you fulfill two mandatories. Two mandatories, you heard? That and Devin Haney was the mandatory. You know what I mean? If it was supposed to be Luke Campbell versus Devin Haney. They replaced Devin Haney with the man Lomachenko. Lomachenko fights Luke Campbell. He wins a fight. Now he has the belt, and now he had he had two mandatories to fulfill. One of them, the first one, was going to have to be Devin Haney. And if he fights Devin Haney and he beats him, after that, guess who's number two in the WBC rankings at lightweight? At the time, actually, well, I'm gonna look right now. At the time, it was Javante Davis. You know what I'm saying? It was Javante Davis because um, he was number two in the WBC rankings when he moved up to lightweight. I didn't. You see, I don't make these rules or anything. You know, he hadn't had a one single fight. Javante had 135, but he was thrown up to number two. Let's see who's number one and two right now at WBC rankings. Okay, all right. So the champion is the franchise champion is Lomachenko. So to me, that title's vacant. The champion in recess is Devin Haney, and he can't be comfortable at how he got the belt. Who did he fight? Okay, so the number one guy with the WBC is Javier Fortuna. All right, and the number two guy is Luke Campbell. So Luke Campbell and Javier Fortuna will be fighting at the MGM National Harbor next month for the WBC lightweight title. See what kind of clusterfuck they got going on over there with the WBC, with the lightweight division. Loma's the franchise champion. Devon Haney's the champion in recess. Javier Fortuna's the number one contender, and Luke Campbell number two contender, who just fought Lomachenko in a vacant title for the WBC title at lightweight and lost. So now Fortuna and the guy will be fighting. Luke Campbell will be fighting for the title at 135, which would be a damn good fight. Fuck the belts. It's a good fight without the belts. You know what I mean? All right, where we at in the chat? Brooklyn Child Boxing says, I will stream the fight. No way I'm paying pay per view for that. I'm going to watch the fight. That's all I know. You know what I mean? Yeah, Brooklyn Child Boxing says, oh, Main Boxing Bike, excuse me, says, Puerto Rican parade, man, people get stabbed. They be trying to hide it, though. A lot of stuff going over there. I remember, like, girls were being groped and even raped at the Puerto Rican Day Parade in Manhattan. You know what I mean? It was a big story some years ago. I can't remember how many years ago, but I remember it was serious, and they even had some footage of all the kind of heinous activities they was doing out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I've heard about people getting stabbed up too. You know what I mean? I hear it ain't too sweet for brothers at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. You think you're going there, going to have a good time? It's you know, you gotta be on your gorilla, on your grizzly. You know what I mean? You gotta be on your p's and q's. But anyways, where we at? Main Boxing Biker says most Puerto Ricans left New York due to gang activity. Fort Greene is the hood, son. Yeah, Fort Greene over there by not too far from downtown Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've been to a few places in BK. You know. Yep. And a lot of places I haven't been. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But Lomachenko is dragging his feet right about now. He's holding up Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is ready. He's told everybody the date is May 30th. That's what everything, all the publications from boxing scene, everywhere you get your boxing news, if they're talking about this fight, they talk about May 30th. But they also follow it up with there hasn't been an official announcement for the fight yet. Yeah, we know why. It ain't Bob Arum. Because like I said, Bob Arum got no dog in this race. He just trying to get paid. And if Loma wins, good for him. He beat a young dude. Maybe people gonna really rate him and think maybe they might say, oh, maybe he's now number one pound for pound. If the man Lopez wins, they're gonna say, yeah, this the dude that beat Lomachenko, man. Lomachenko, two-time gold medalist. You know, Lomachenko, how many weight classes he got titles at? 126, 130, 135. Three weight class champion. You know, a guy who's possibly will go to the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? That's what is going to happen. And, time will tell. But will Lomachenko sign the contract? That's what I want to find out. Big ups to Main Boxing Biker. Big up to Brooklyn Child Boxing. Salute to everybody in the chat who hit the thumbs up. And let me know in the comment section where you think this fight should happen. Should it happen in New York or should it happen in Las Vegas like Team Lomachenko wanted to be? And also, do you think that the man Lomachenko is holding up the fight not only due to the fact that he thinks Lopez will have hometown advantage? Ooh, what a dunk! Or you think he's having cold feet because he's now seeing something in the man Lopez that he might not be able to exploit? Let me know. Be Marsh Boxing. Salute to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. I'm gone. Peace.